What's up, horror fam? It's me,
Hello.
Jess. Sorry, it's a little rough. That's how you know it's me, Jess. I'm here with Jonathan.
Hello. You got
We
me until
are,
9.
I know, we should talk about that. That's why we're early. I already see comments. We're early tonight. So,
We are.
Duff is on a cruise. So, we're jealous. We're not hating, I promise.
It's true.
I should
Okay,
be on
might be a
that
little
boat.
jealous. Yeah.
We should be on that boat. Let's be real. We need a
We should.
vacation after announcement season. But I wanted to pull this one up. We know Albert's here. What's up, Albert? Note to management: please turn off ads for this live stream. Thank you. So 1/3 of management is in the ocean, and he's the one who knows how to do that. So I hope he did it. I really hope he did before that cruise ship took away today.
We'll find out, I guess.
Let us know. We're trying. I promise.
We
uh. What's up, Mothman?
Ooh,
My
hello.
body is ready. Mike Daniels, 74 days. I just changed my countdown. I've been so late on that. I talk about it every year. It was like it's still at like 85 this morning.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, ooh, 9 days have passed. Look, that's how busy we are. If that tells you
Really?
anything.
That's the great thing about every live and every podcast we do. It's always like 7 more days that you tick off the calendar.
That's how time works. I guess.
That is how time works.
We're
It's
here to bring
true.
you the real knowledge. What's up, Jeremy?
Hello.
JP15, my first live. Welcome.
Welcome.
I promise when Duff's running it, it's a little smoother, but we're gonna get through this together.
We're chaotic, just the duo of us.
Honestly, we call you Goblethan, but honestly, I do think I have a little goblin.
There we go.
Little goblin side, unfortunately, and I think you're the one that brings it out.
Goblin
Especially when
live
Duff's
stream.
not here.
Exactly. There's no one to keep us normal, basically.
Regulated, if you will.
Exactly, regulated. Normal's a better term because we're not.
Let's see who else is here. Robbie's here. Hello.
No.
What's up, Robbie? Robbie's here every week with us. We appreciate you. If you're here every week, thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. If not, it's just the three of us talking, which is podcast.
Exactly.
What's up, Society of Explorers of
Hello.
Adventurers? Ooh, that's a fancy name.
Very fancy name.
I like the logo. It's I assume like sea inspired.
It is well done. Look at that.
Yeah. Ooh, Jordan. We're gonna get into that, but same.
We both haven't.
Nope, never. And obviously, that's my boy. So
True.
We'll see. Chemo Dog, what's up? Very earlier, I know, but it's so we have Jonathan for like most of the show, and it's not just me rambling about John Murdy for an hour at the
True.
end. It still might be if that's what the chat wants. We'll honestly see. It's up to you guys, but I suggested that maybe we do like a live scroll of John Murdy's Twitter.
Just his normal tweets. Just looking at him.
Honestly, they don't even have to be HHN related. I just want to scroll through and see the visceral reactions I have. Katie, another regular. Hey, y'all, so ready for tonight. Got my joint and burrito bowl ready. That's my girl.
I could use a burrito bowl right now. That sounds delicious.
That is my girl. Love the vibe, Katie. Oh, and of course, Chemo. Hurry up, you fools. The show's about to start. I heard it's to die for.
That's what we were waiting for to start the stream. We were waiting for that comment.
Honestly, yeah, I wasn't going until Chemo posted it. I was like, ooh, it doesn't feel right. And then I saw very earlier, I said, okay.
We're good.
It's happening. It's happening.
It's real.
JP playing Fallout right now. Ooh. I still am on episode 5.
Oh, yeah. Fallout's weird because like I think it's a really good show, but it's so hard to get through. Not because it's bad, but because there's so much content packed into each episode that it feels like a commitment every time you sit down and watch a Fallout episode.
First episode felt like a movie, which like great. I love that. Cinematic as fuck. But I was sitting there and I was like, it's still going. And I paused it a couple times. I was like, whew.
You finished the story with the Brotherhood of I forgot what they're called, the Brotherhood of the Mechanical Brotherhood of Steel. You finish that story and you're like, all right, now the episode's gonna end. But then you go back to Lucy and then it's ghoul time. So it's just keeps going.
I did here's a little, I'll give this to the live. This is a live exclusive. I won't say it on the podcast. I know I've joked about wearing I Got That Gog on Me shirt. opening weekend, not night. So I'm weekend, not night. But I found a really nice one. It's better than the one that originally started this whole joke. It's real nice. So it's like
good.
I'll give you a real exclusive. It's like one of those like 90s like style, like almost like a hip hop shirt.
Oh,
it says I got that GOG in me. So
there we go.
There's the little YouTube exclusive.
Can't wait to see that full circle.
I'm gonna take a picture in front of the Fallout. I gotta wear it on the tour.
Yeah.
Just be like.
Hopefully there's a mannequin of like Walton Goggins, and you could just be like right next to him and just go on like with the shirt.
They're gonna be like, camera's down, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, camera's up.
Exactly.
Be like, Duff, take a quick picture. Duff's really good at those. Lingering behind. What's up, Paul? I'm excited for Jason. Hey, we'll get into that.
That's what we're talking about today.
Are we? Jason? Who's Jason?
I don't know.
I only know Jason Universe.
I think he has a already has a chainsaw and is family cannibals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Family. Oh, family.
Family.
Wow. We have a tie. That's a real tie-in. Family.
Family.
What's up, Spooky Bits? No Reuben fries for tonight's live.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll survive.
It's true. We will.
What's up, Arkham?
Ooh.
Chilling night at the lake. I'm not at a lake. It's a joke. It's also not cold outside. I wish it was a chilly night.
Yeah.
Oh, Jonathan, we got some love your mustache.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello, Goblithan and Jess. See, Goblithan works for your name. There's no like goblin name for me.
No, I can't. No, I can't think of it.
We need a name when it's just you and I, like the chaotic. Okay, chat. Here's your job until we get into the Jason discussion. Come up with a name for Jonathan and I when Def's not here on the lives. Like not Terror Twins, because I use that for everything. But like something silly.
Something silly.
We're goblins now.
We are goblins. We both have the power of goblins.
What's up, 8-bit? I didn't like goblins, but I'll deal with it. Mustache jump scare. Oh my goodness. I don't know what this means, but Jonathan, this announcement earned us a nightmares emoji on the Discord.
So here's what happened. Our Discord mod Alex was like, I don't think Jason's coming, when it was a very early rumor. And I think a lot of us were kind of on that train too, when it was like originally like a long time ago rumored. We're like, people say that every year. And so he was like, I don't believe in Jason. And so our Discord server said, okay, if Jason comes to the event, you have to add a to nightmares emoji to our Discord server with Jimmy Fallon in it, because it's a meme in the server. And also he made a rule that he has to ride Jimmy Fallon all day for one day at Universal. And so he lost the bet. So now the nightmares emoji is now added to our server, and he's gonna ride Fallon all day someday this week. So
can you catalog that into things I want to know about the Discord?
Yes,
for future reference. That makes me. We need to make a TikTok out of it.
It's just him doing Fallon over it.
I think that would be hilarious.
It would be.
There can be some Discord crossover into the TikTok. I just need help because I'm not there. I get notifications for it.
It's true. You get the ding, ding,
ding. No. No. That's turned off.
Oh,
calm down, Jonathan. What's up, Hydra?
Hello.
8-bit. 7 more days till the next 365 stream. Maybe 8. We'll probably be back to Tuesdays next week.
Oh, that's true.
Tomorrow's game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and I hope it will be the last time hockey affects the stream till next year. So
we'll have a podcast out tomorrow, though. So there's something.
A podcast out tomorrow. I gotta finish editing that when we're done.
It's true.
The Jason shirt is so clean. Mm-hmm. What Jason shirt?
I don't see any Jason shirts here.
I don't have any. The Goblin Duo.
I like it. It could be.
Not your best work, Mike. I mean that with love. 9:01 p.m. Murdy bashing begins. That's funny. It'll be 9 o'clock in 30 seconds.
It's true.
Maybe not. I don't know. What's up, Jake? Glad to be here. Second live. Welcome back. I can't believe you enjoyed us enough to be here again. Thank you. 6th HHN Hollywood. First time at Orlando. Ooh, okay. I want to know your opinions after Orlando then.
Exactly. Are you doing Hollywood first? Because that's gonna be interesting going from Hollywood to Orlando. Because we know people who do that, and every time they come to Orlando, they're like, "Wow, what happened with Hollywood?" Every time.
What's up, Fear and Beer? Watching
Ooh.
Jason X. Ooh. I keep saying I'm not gonna watch any of the movies as like homework because I don't need to, but like I will watch Jason Lives before the event just because that's my favorite. But Jason X, I might need to watch like Manhattan just for
Just the silly
funsies.
ones.
Yeah, just for just for funsies. We'll see. How many fires is that?
Looks like 5 to me. That's 5
It looks
fires
like
right there.
7. I'm like, this is so. This is 5 fires. I always want to do it like the fucking big boom.
Fire, fire, fire.
Any Knots construction updates?
There are. We just don't usually cover them. There's the new one that's being built by. I think it was. What was the one we didn't like? The one with the lasers. I forgot what that was called.
Bloodline 18.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no. That one. Wait.
Bloodlines. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was called Bloodlines.
The
I think there's.
vampires.
Yeah, vampire one with laser tag that went away right after its first year. There is construction there. We don't usually cover Knott's Maze updates because that's just not we talk about Knott's when we go. That's
Mhm.
about it and give like a hype list. But yeah, there are construction updates if you follow the right creators. I think some of the Hollywood people cover Knott's. I'm pretty sure Hotline does, and
Yeah.
like consistently those updates and construction updates. So you should follow them, Entertainment Connection, Teal EV, all those people, because they are going to be your go-to source for Knott's.
Yeah, for sure.
We just talk about our thoughts.
We're fans and we love the event, but like we're not out there to cover it. Like,
Yeah,
really. We're HHN 365 at the end of the day. We know we cover Hollywood consistently, but that's because we got wonderful people on our team who can help us.
exactly.
Because before when I joined, we like talked about Hollywood, but it wasn't like a whole segment. It wouldn't be whole episodes like it is now.
It's all
We
thanks
also
to Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. Our friend Kevin.
It's true.
Yo, where my Goblethin shirts at?
We're getting to the point where I think we're gonna have some discussions in merch. Where we need the whole team back so we
On
can all have
land.
discussions on land to have the discussion. And then we'll see what we can do. It's something that is currently being thought of. We're just gonna wait till we can all get together and have discussions. So that's all we're gonna say for now.
Yeah. Oh, Jordan says they're always here for Murdy tweets with they corrected it, Jess. Okay.
There we go.
Katie agrees. All right. We'll see. Oh, Bethany, a bracelet. I will also have a bracelet for you or a sticker. I don't know what we're gonna do this year, but I'll get something for you. Thank you. All right. Do you want to get into it, Jonathan?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more. Albert says, wait, there's a Jimmy Fallon ride in Orlando. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's not very good. To be honest, if you go on it the first time, I think you don't hate it. Because the first time I rode, I'm like, it's fine. You just learn to dislike it over time, and then you just never do it. And then that's the process of riding the Jimmy Fallon attraction, in my opinion.
Air conditioning.
It's true. Very true. And it always is a 5-minute wait.
Pre-show. Love the pre-show, or when I don't even know if they still do that shit anymore.
I think they do.
Okay.
Yeah. So go in there and then turn around and don't ride the attraction.
I know I said we were going to get into the Jason announcement, but we have suggestions for the duo. Goglethin.
That's good. That is good.
The Ghoul Gang.
Okay.
Goblet Twins.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. Goglethin is still
no Goglethin. Goglethin is because Gog.
Exactly. Like I think that feels like the one because it's so in joke. Because we have your in joke with Walton Goggins, and then we have my in joke with Goblethin, and kind of fits.
All right. Well, now that whatever that is over. You want to talk about it?
There he is. Full his mask.
My man. My man. Well, one of my men this year, you know. I got a lot of them apparently.
It's true. This is truly your year, Jess.
God. I feel like I know I keep saying it, but I really feel like SpongeBob, like where he's out of breath and he's like leaning over. Like every new announcement and rumor, I'm like, I remember, but okay, we're gonna get into this, but not to bring up WWE this early, but I remember when at my birthday party, we're all dressed in WWE like wrestler outfits, and Duff goes, WWE's like pretty strong rumor. And I immediately like keeled over and was like, like I could not breathe. I was like, why would you do this to me right now? Another, why would they do this to me? Jason Voorhees, Jason Universe.
It's true. The universe with the 1 and 3.
Coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year, 2025/34.
Yeah, it's happening. It's confirmed. We're getting it. Both coasts.
Yeah. We knew it.
We did. After a certain point, we had a strong feeling. I mean, especially the minute those overhead pictures were taken from Fast and Furious, and we saw the yellow Volkswagen, we're like, oh well, there it is. There's Jason.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot to discuss with this one. Should we just start off with the basic description and just
yeah. So Jason Universe will take Halloween Horror Nights guests on a vengeance tour through the summer camp to see where it all began. From the creaking floorboards of Jason's ramshackle cabin to the decaying main lodge and the eerie forest that offers no refuge for his victims. Around every corner, fans will be inundated with infamous killer moments from Jason's heinous homicidal career as he taunts and stalks his victims who learn too late that the legend is real. I added no fluff to that description.
Oh, that's it. You actually read it perfectly this time.
I did not read it before we recorded, and I was out of breath. I was just editing it, and I was laughing so hard because I am like, Jason. There's so many big words, but what there is not, Jonathan, is Camp Crystal Lake.
But Jess, that picture that we have in the thumbnail right there.
Established 1930 35. I don't know. I'm a bad Jason fan. Wait, I have a little tiny sign in front of me, actually.
Oh.
35. I have a little earring.
There it is. But why does that have Crystal Lake? When you get into the video, it does say Crystal Lake on the. It's not just hidden in the thumbnail. It's interesting.
That is interesting. You know, we know that there's the whole rights thing, and we kind of go over it in the podcast. Like, why Jason Universe exists now is because the creator of Jason wanted the rights to him. And so that separated him from Crystal Lake and Pamela, if I understand it correctly, which I probably do not at this point because it's so convoluted.
It really is.
But that's how we're able, because Jason didn't well, I guess he also owns Baghead Jason. So like Jason doesn't come in until the second movie. That is not a spoiler. And then he doesn't get the hockey mask until 3. So like there are many, many, many iterations of Jason, but that's what Jason Universe is. It's just all the Jasons. And then this new kind of like redesign for the anniversary of his 45th.
Right. Yeah, it is so telling that we were discussing the podcast that the description says the summer camp. They would have 100%, if they had the ability to say Camp Crystal Lake, they would have threw that in there easily because people want to hear that. The fact that they made sure to say the summer camp where everything began, it's like, all right, they can't use the name. They can't touch it. They're just gonna not have a sign. If they do have the sign, they'll have like Camp Crystal Lake like blurred off or covered with plants or something. And I think it's truly, we were talking about, I think it's truly in the trailer because they probably can get away with it. It's not, but like if it's in the house, that's a no-go legally.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like to me, like you can get away with just having a sign on a set for a video. It doesn't say it. It doesn't have anything like yeah, I guess Camp Crystal Lake is licensed, but is it the sign? Is it the name? Like what is that line that we're towing as well? So like it could just be a don't do it again. Ha ha ha. It was only in the video. And then like on this picture you're seeing here, which is what's on the website, Crystal Lake is cut off.
Yep.
So it just feels very intentional. So I'm fine with it. It's whatever. It's what has to happen for Jason. I just am so excited to see him.
Yeah, and this picture shows specifically the mask and the one on the TV sort of hidden there. That's the new design. They are pushing with the not only that, but with the actual house key art. Even if you can even call it key art, it's just the mask. But and the merch and everything, they are pushing the new Jason design down our throats, and that gave us like I think a very interesting question, which was I think one of the most cool things we talked about on the podcast because we really like sort of discussed it for a while. What does this house actually entail when it comes to the character of Jason? Are we talking about just the new iteration that they're pushing and that's the Jason that's going to be featured in the house, or is it going to be every Jason that they can legally get their hands on? And I wonder like what we prefer, what we think's going to happen, like what are our thoughts on that, and what is everyone's thoughts on that? I don't have the comments pulled up, but I'm sure people are talking.
I got some ready to go.
All right.
So we got a lot of he's back. This one makes me giggle. Praying for yassified Jason. Happy Pride. Elsie seems to be on the same vibe I'm on, where I keep saying Crystal Pond. So garnet, amethyst, and pearl. Jordan, so happy they made the move to announce it on Friday the 13th. I agree.
Yeah.
We were all like, no, it's not going to happen. It's Friday. I mean, it's the only one this year too. So,
you know what I noticed? The day before Friday the 12th, the official Jason accounts and everything. Oh, sorry, not Friday. That's Thursday. The 12th.
Thursday. It's okay.
Yeah. Sorry. The official accounts for the Jason universe and all the some people who are like news sources for Friday the 13th, that's their whole gig. They're like, some's going to be announced tomorrow. And the whole Dead by Daylight community was like, we can't wait for Jason to be a part of for some reason, I think everyone was assuming Jason was going to be part of Dead by Daylight. Maybe that was something that happened. I don't know anything about that. And then the minute this was announced, every Friday, I feel like every Friday fan on the internet was like, that's it? What? Everyone hated this. Every comment was like, why is this the announcement for Halloween Horror Nights? I don't think this like boded well for people who are Friday the 13th fans but don't go to Halloween Horror Nights. Like, I just think so many people were like, this is what you announced? Are you on Friday the 13th? Are you kidding me? So I wonder, like, this was great for Horror Nights fans. I wonder how this actually did for like the Friday the 13th community though. Because I saw a lot of angry responses to this.
Yeah. I'm not aware of like the Friday gaming community. I played the game when it was big during COVID and stuff like that. But no, I haven't played him in like anything else. Eugene will show me things and I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
There he is. Let's see. Spooky Bits. This is one of the times I've been most hyped for an IP announcement. Jason is easily one of my favorite slashers. Will be the first Jason house. Yeah. It's also my favorite. So like for me, he's gonna be up there, but also he's got to compete with WWE and the originals, which are always like top of my list. Especially that rumor Graveyard House is a Graveyard House. That will probably be one or two, depending on where WWE falls in. Jason will be up there, but
yep,
I'm worried for him.
I am too.
Arkham asks, what are your thoughts on the new design? It's not my favorite. It's there. It's a Jason mask. Why do we need to redesign things all the time? I know, like for like synergy and whatever for Jason Universe, but like it looks like clunky. Like I don't even know. It almost looks too much like a Hannibal mask, like as the base instead of like a goalie mask.
I can see that.
That's my thing, and like I love Jason. I also conveniently love hockey, so it's kind of fun that like my favorite is like the hockey guy. So like I don't know, superficial, but like also we'll get into the merch, but the hair.
Nobody knows what is his hairstyle now, because now I'm confused.
You had to point it out to me, and I was like, oh no, he does have luscious locks on the shirt. Damn. So like I kind of want yassified Jason. Back to that other comment. Jordan, get out of here with that shit. No. Oh my god.
Juck.
Juck. Chemo, I do agree. Underwhelming and corporate. It is I just want my boy. I want him to be happy. I don't know.
The name of the house is very corporate. Like, yeah, there's houses just based on the property. We'll say like Five Nights at Freddy's or Fallout, whatever. But like this, you had an opportunity, especially because we'll get into it. They're both like creative. Everyone's saying this is going to be original story. The people who own Jason Universe and John Murdy said that. And so when there's something, usually an IP with an original story, you have a different name for it. You have at least have a subtitle, something to differentiate it and make it like specific to the house.
Mhm.
They didn't here. It's just the name of the brand that Jason is right now. And like I get it, but also you could have just went like Jason Universe. I can't think of something, but just something else after that, just explaining what's going on,
Yeah. Well, Chemo said that they expected something like Legacy of Leatherface, which is also what I think. I mean, we do have some quotes from an article we can read. That kind of like, I think they'd point us more in that direction. Here, we'll just get them out of the way. For 40, not for 25 years, Jesus. For 45 years, Jason Voorhees has terrified and thrilled audiences globally. With Jason Universe at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights, we're celebrating that legacy in an immersive way that honors the character's brutal mythology while giving fans the chance to experience it like never before. It's a visceral homecoming for one of horror's most enduring icons. So that was one of is the president of Horror Inc. And then the CMO said, bringing Jason Voorhees to Halloween Horror Nights is an all original haunted house is a major moment for fans and for us. Jason Universe taps into 4 decades of horror legacy and reinvents it for a new generation. Combining immersive storytelling and cinematic detail that only Universal Studios team can deliver. This is more than a haunted house. It's a full-on tribute to one of the most iconic slashers in pop culture.
Yeah. It's leaning Legacy of Leatherface in the way it's worded. One quote more than the other, the president one kind of really, makes me think that this is going to be multiple Jasons, that it's not just this version, that we're going to just see every version possible. And I think you agree with me, Jess, that would be probably the preferred route and would make the house really interesting, compared to just this version of Jason going after you over and over and over again. Having variety, since we know the main antagonist is going to be Jason. I don't know if there's any others that can pop out at us. I haven't watched the film, but if every Jason is dressed up in a different way and has a different look and different types of weapons and everything, that could be the variety we need, especially for a house that we know in Orlando. We'll get to. They've kind of confirmed it in the trailer, that it's going to be in Fast and Furious. That's a tight space, so you need variety with the scare actors, because the sets aren't going to be your variety. It's going to be the actors themselves in that situation.
Yeah. This is not related to Jason, but Forrest D, what are the chances God Defended Duff stand me up again? I wasn't invited, so I couldn't be part of it.
Last year was the weirdest life for like Halloween Horror Nights year for me, because I didn't live here. I had to go on a bright line, like back and forth for like a 2-hour, 2.5-hour train ride every time I came up. So I did not have time to plan things. Like it was a very tough year. Plus add Express debacle, add so many different elements to it. And last year we all had stuff. It was hard to plan things with Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah. Hopefully this year will be different though. I think so.
And hopefully we'll all be together.
Exactly.
Chemo, I agree. It is mediocre. Arkham, what? Jason's not the first killer in the first movie?
What?
What? A spoiler for 40-something-year-old movie, 45 years.
Even I knew that, and I'm not a Jason person.
What's up, DC3rse?
Hello.
Hi.
Lots of good content. Recommend.
Absolutely.
You've been pushing out videos lately. It's like, what was it, 2 videos in 2 days? Maybe 3 at this point? Crazy.
Props. Go follow DC3rse, yo. Seriously. Yes. They could have it set in Hellblock, Jonathan.
See, that'd be number 1 hype if they put Jason in Hellblock. That would be too funny not to put it number 1. Like, like ironic in the best way, like the most comedy house like a house could be. Let's do it. Put him in Hell Black.
Yeah.
Have him fight the Yeti in the prison jumpsuit. It'd be great.
Peacock have the Crystal Lakes. Yep, they do have that series coming out. I think that's because the rights are different. Because that's about Pamela, and I never remember her name, but what's her name from Scooby Doo is playing her?
Oh, I was just gonna say Velma,
Velma?
but I know who you're talking. I know the actress. I don't remember her
Yeah,
name.
I'm so bad at this shit.
Yeah, I am too.
Seaton, yes, the game is not. It's offline now, which
It's
Dustin
gone.
goes on to confirm. But it was really fun, and it's Prime. Fun fact: Jason was born on Friday.
Oh,
yes, he was.
Look at that.
It's his birthday. I think that also made a lot of sense. All right. Oh wait, we have more to say, but Mike has a redeeming comment. I agree that Goblin Duo was subpar. Here are two alternatives: the Gob Squad and Goblins Unchained. Those are better. Those are much better, Mike.
Those are much better.
See, sometimes bullying works, people. And it's not bullying, it's just constructive criticism.
Exactly.
We will come back to that. I kind of like the Gob Squad.
I do like
also,
the Gob
Goblins
Squad.
Unchained is really funny because that insinuates that Duff keeps us reeled in, which is so not the case. It's just chaotic because we don't know what we're doing.
After the stream, we're gonna have to disfigure it. Hold all of them and be like, which one are we setting as our permanent duo name? There's a lot of good options.
Albert, I also really want to see the sleeping bag kill. I think I said that on the podcast.
I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's cool.
Oh, Jonathan, it is arguably the funniest moment in the franchise.
Wait, is it where I think I have where
exactly
they
parodied it,
and he just like smashes it, just like
yeah.
That better be in the house.
Love it. All right, what we got more slides. What else do we got? Oh yay, there it is.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Listen, I understand that they don't have a lot of media to work with right now because Jason Universe hasn't really released anything like much. Most of the biggest thing they released was that picture, but like we can do something else, like have a background of a cabin or something, like just give some more detail of what it is instead of just a mask that a lot of people aren't digging right now. But whatever. It doesn't, at the end of the day, the key art doesn't matter. It just ends up affecting your hype when there's nothing else to see. You know, that's all it does. The minute the house opens, that key art's never going to matter ever. So
no, not at all. Deej asks, what are the chances the city scene from Triplets comes back? Yeah,
I could see them reusing it if they, you know.
I'm not thinking of a city scene. What city?
It was right. The funny, the reason I remember it is because the minute we hit this scene, I always joke to our Discord mod Alex because he loved this house and I hated this house, and I was like, "Guess what? The house is almost over." The minute it's right before you enter I think it was like a bakery with the big guy. So it was right before that, and I think it was there was a guy with guts spilling out.
Kind of like the Trick or Treat house, like sequence. Okay. I don't think it ever registered to me. I think I always just called it the Trick or Treat part. When we were at the festival. Okay, no, I could totally see that. Like city, I was imagining like a shitty like Manhattan backdrop, like one of those like prom backdrops you buy from like a catalog or something, even in 2025. Oh, I want to pull this up. Arkham, we are on the same page. We are on the same wavelength. I have been saying it to the guys. I want to see it. I think it'd be so fun.
It would.
Just one. And like even then, I just give me like, I really want to see purple and blue, please. And please, HHN gods, I don't ask for much. Just express on my frequent peer and retro and WWE. You're listening this year, so that's why I'm really hopeful about Express.
If there's a Jason that pops up just like completely in purple, I'm not gonna be able to not laugh but I'm gonna be like, I promise it's not you scare. It's just this is the funniest thing I've ever
I think he has
seen.
blue skin and purple clothes.
That
Yeah,
is amazing.
blue skin, purple clothes.
That would make the house for me if I saw that. That would be perfect.
I have a Funko actually of him, which is why I love him so much. Oh my god. 8-bit, I agree. You can have good set design in a small location. I would
You
just like
can.
to see them do it.
Yeah, the difference between
Please.
this and like Sweets, right? Because Sweets proved us wrong. A lot of us were scared for Sweets because our past two houses were Blumhouse and Chucky, not known for their sets. But Sweets specifically made sure the entire house was in the tent. And it ended up working out great for it. It was, I think, one of the best houses that year. For most of us, we would agree top 3 somewhere around there. And it was just, small but used its space well. But this year they're not doing that. We can see that they're going back to the Chucky route, where we're starting in the building of Fast and Furious, the queue, and going around and going to the tent, with some other things in between that we'll talk about too. And in the past, that space, specifically the queue space, has not made for good sets. Are we saying they can't do it? No, they can absolutely do it. If they put their mind to it, they can use any space and make it the coolest thing ever. We got House of a Thousand Corpses in MIB, a location notorious for pretty not great sets. And it was not only the best house in that location, but a very, very good house, top tier house. So it's very possible. We just have we have concerns based on what we have seen using the space, the Chucky and Blumhouse space. But I do think with sort of generic settings such as cabin, woods, camp, they could make something good, and they could use the sets to their advantage and make it so like the sets aren't really the star either. It's kind of just Jason. Jason's the reason. But we'll see how they tackle it. We'll see what they do here, because I think there is possibility for good sets. There's also possibility for mediocre sets. I think both exist.
Yeah, definitely. Albert had a question. What's Hellblock? Hellblock is what replaced Evil Dead Rise in Orlando. It was an original, a rumored Evil Dead Rise. But how you guys got Horror Hotel, we got Hellblock Horror. And it was a generic jail setting with what they called all the monsters from previous years. And there were monsters from previous years.
Yep.
And it was a jail, and it was very last minute, and it became a joke. So whenever we talk about H, it's Hellblock.
We sold merch for it for a while. There was H's for Hellblock.
It was a Discord shirt specifically.
It's true.
Katie, I do have an answer for this. I think we told Jonathan last week. 3, 6, was it 3, 6, 7? Or 3, 5, 6 maybe? Oh, damn it. Okay, you definitely want to watch 3, because that's when Jason becomes like the Jason we know, and you already know his backstory.
Yeah.
He drowned in the lake, his mother killed you got it. Come on. And he does everything for mommy. So I would watch 3. 6 is my favorite Jason Lives. It is Frankenstein. It's amazing.
Which I need to watch.
It's so good. And then after that, just go have fun. I would watch Manhattan. I would watch X. Watch the kill counts, really. Like, if you want to watch them, but like 3 is important. If you like monster movies, 6 is really good. That's also like a lot of people like 6. It's one of the more popular ones too.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to sit through the real ones so I can get to the goofy ones, because the goofy ones are the ones I'm most interested in. Just based on like little clips I've seen, I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. This looks amazing. I can't wait to watch it. So.
Also, Deej is on the same vibe. NES Jason. I agree. All right. What else we got on this slideshow that Duff made us? Merch!
Ooh!
Merch! With the announcement, we got announcement merchandise. It was
pretty good one too.
A pocket tee, yeah. Don't zoom in on his hair.
Well, what's wrong with it? Jason doesn't have hair. What do you mean?
He has like Fabio locks in this shirt. It's kind of crazy. He's kind of sexy. I mean, he's always kind of sexy. Yeah.
I always wonder how that works, right? Like, did someone tell the designer, make sure he has locks? Or like for this? Or did the person who designed it not know Jason's head? like how he doesn't have hair or like barely any hair. Like I wonder what the process was for giving him just like a lot of hair in this.
Yeah. I still love the design though. Obviously, I have the shirt on. I
Oh
think
yeah.
it's so nice. It's like quintessential horror. Like that is slasher. That is
Hmm.
Jason. Big guy in the woods. Let's
Yeah,
go.
and it's like even though it is because it is just the main thing they put out, right? Like it's just that, but they dress it in a way where it doesn't really look like it. It feels like
Mhm.
its own thing with the background and the colors they chose. And overall, I think having a back print, instead of it being right on the front, is a win because we've been asking for that for like so much merch, and they did it here. And we're really at a point where with Fallout and this is the some of the best rollout of preview merch so far ever with just the designs and the thing we'll talk about later, the stained glass piece. Like they're killing it this year with preview merch. They listened to our complaints.
Finally.
Hmm.
No, I really like it. I even as much as I'm hating on this new design, I really like the like mask as the O on the front.
Hmm.
It's cute. I hate that the fucking logo is just slapped right under it for Horror Nights. I know you didn't like it, Jonathan, and this is where we're differing, but I
Hmm.
really liked how in Fallout it was in like the nuke cloud. It just felt like it was like more part of the design and it wasn't slapped on. And I know you feel like it looks like it was slapped on, but I feel that way with this. Like
Hmm.
I almost wish that this was just like I don't even know how it would work on the back print actually. So I don't know.
I
I don't
don't
know what I
know.
want. I just don't love this, but I'll forgive it for how much I like the shirt.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think just every Halloween Horror Nights logo is better just on a sleeve for me. Like if it was Jason there, the back was that same print, but on the sleeve it said Halloween Horror Nights. I think it would balance everything because Halloween Horror Nights isn't shoved on the front, sort of messing that up. And the back, it's not really going to work because I don't know where you put it. I really don't know where you put it with that design. Put it on the sleeve, it doesn't mess anything up. Like
Mhm.
both things can exist without Halloween Horror Nights being like prominent. But also I'm not a merch person. I don't do this. So, you know, eh.
Yeah.
It's still good. I like it a lot.
Hydra, I agree with you. Legend of Jason is a much better name.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so good.
So
Damn.
Legend
Oh,
of Jason is first Pamela. Oh wait, we can't have. And then in Camp Chris. Oh wait, we can't have that. And
you know what? We can have Jason in space. Are we expecting Jason X? I hope so.
yes.
I fucking hope so. I would love. I mean, I think it's a really easy like way to make people happy. But if you have him in his suit with just like a mannequin that he can smash, like the frozen head kill. Do you even know what I'm talking about, Jonathan?
I think I do know the liquid
Okay,
nitrogen and
you look like you
yeah.
lost all thought in your eye for a second. I was like, "Oh no, I've lost him. He doesn't
No,
know
I'm
about
here.
that kill."
I do know about that kill.
Um, no, I would love that.
Jason, I don't know Friday the 13th, but I know Jason X, like in terms of like all the how he goes into space and the weird stuff that happens. I feel like most people who don't know Friday the 13th or aren't like Friday the 13th fans know Jason X because it's
Mhm.
such a weird thing. There is 100% going to be references like to
Yeah.
him. There's no way that this version of Jason isn't going to be like, even if it is all the new Jason, which I hope it isn't, but even if it is, I'm sure they'd have like the mask or the costume somewhere hidden because this is like a super important stupid movie in the franchise that's like
Mhm.
part of his legacy.
Yeah, we're gonna get Manhattan. We're gonna get all of them, I assume. Like,
I think so.
I want Baghead. I want all of them. Even give me little baby Jason that drowned in the lake.
Yeah.
I want all of it because you can't give me Pamela. Speaking of drowning in the lake, though, since scare zones go scare actor free when it rains, a big section of this house will be scare actor free as well, and that
Yeah,
sucks. It does, Scott.
we have a picture of that on the slides? I don't even remember.
No, I didn't. I was thinking about adding it, and now I think it might be too late.
We don't like need it because we can just like say it, but there's basically overhead picture that we've shown before from BioReconstruct. There was the yellow Beetle Volkswagen that's still there, more better now. In front of the where you enter the tent, there is a structure built like a facade structure. Looks like his shack. Looks like Jason's shack or Jason's cabin or whatever you want to call it. And it's kind of clearly that. And then there's a whole huge outdoor space. In our Discord mod, Alex sort of drew a line about where he thinks the path is going to go, and it's a huge path. There's a lot of space here. I think there's going to be more construction that we're going to see in the future. Probably a lot of trees put up, a lot of woods, something like that. But this isn't like a tiny space that if it rains, it's like, oh, well, it's not really going to matter. One scare actor can't be there. There's going to be, I think Duff was theorizing at least 3 here because the space is so large. And if it rains and the storms, lightnings, whatever, whoever's in that scene isn't going to be able to be out there. And then it's just going to be a long period of time where you're getting drenched in the rain and seeing nothing. And then you go into the tent. I think that's all of our biggest fears with this outdoor section of what happens. Are they prepared for Florida weather when it comes to this? And I don't know if they are. Maybe they figured they're going to figure out something, but I don't know.
Yeah. I hope so, but if not, we're going to lose actors. It's inevitable, especially opening weekend.
My fear is I'm going to be like in a line for an hour for like my first time doing Jason. I'm like, okay, here we go. And then I'm going to see the weather app and it's going to be like, it's now pouring outside. I'm like, no, please no.
It's going to happen when you enter the house. Like it's not raining. We're fine. We're good. And then the minute you enter that house threshold, downpour.
Exactly.
Or you're going to watch them get evac'd in front of you while you're running through the rain in the house.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh my God. I do also want to be corrected. Chemo, you are right. Freddy vs. Jason and the remake they did have hair. Jason had hair. And part 2, you right? Part 2 definitely has hair. And like they have tufts, but like this feels like luscious locks. Give me my little tufty. He's giving like Phantom almost when he has hair normally. Mike Daniels loves the merch, and it was an instant buy and able to snag the frame and both acrylic pieces. Yes, I was not wrong last week. Last week, that's what I was told. This week, they have Gog back. Walton Goggins is back for the frame, so
yeah,
they're restocking them as they can,
which is great. Best piece of preview merch ever.
Mm-hmm.
Jason looks so good on it. He looks really good on the stained glass window.
Yeah, we also got a mug, or like a camping mug.
Mm-hmm. Really well done too.
Love that. Not gonna get it. I have too many coffee cups. My husband will murder me. And speaking of the frame, I mean, I could pull mine out because we don't have a picture of the frame with both.
Mm-hmm.
Convenient that I have them. I guess I should make me bigger for a second.
Whoa. Look at that.
There they go. Both of my men.
Both different properties, but they feel like they fit perfectly on the stained glass window.
I love them so much. And I feel like we're going to go clockwise.
I think so.
All is said and done. Like, I feel like this will be next. I don't know what it's going to be, but
you know what I wonder, because I was discussing this with some friends and my girlfriend and whatnot about how's Five Nights at Freddy's going to fit on that? Because we know it's going to
be Freddy Fazbear.
Do you think it's going to be Freddy Fazbear, or do you think it's going to be Springtrap?
I feel like it's going to be Freddy, because that's who's on the little like announcement logo thing.
Yeah, on the pizzeria.
Yeah,
I just think like Springtrap would work better with the icons we have, because he fits more color scheme. So I hope it's like they go that direction instead of Freddy. But I mean, they could just do Freddy too.
Well, art's also not going to really fit the vibe.
Yeah, that's true.
And then also, I was talking to Duff about this. My fear is that WWE is going to be Uncle Howdy. And I don't want that.
No.
I want all of them or the Fiend. Yeah. But then I worry that the Fiend would be confusing.
Yeah.
I know I keep talking about it, but I feel like it's the next. It's probably the next IP unless they do Five Nights official.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like Terrifier is going to be like the little bow that we get at the end of everything.
Could be.
All right, let's go back to, I think one more thing for Jason. We were talking about it a little bit, but we wanted to show you guys in the announcement video, those are jasmine flowers, trees, whatever you want to call them in the window.
Yep.
Why is that relevant, Jonathan?
Oh, well, funny you should ask. Jasmine is the code name, on the permits for Fast and Furious. So on the last trailer for Fallout, there were daisies in there, which was the code name for Tent 4 on the new tents, seemingly confirming that Fallout's going to be in Tent 4. And this is seemingly confirming, even though it's not officially confirmed, they put it in the damn announcement trailer. Like it's kind of, it's them saying this is where it is. This is going to be in Fast and Furious, which we kind of already knew because of the Beetle. But it's good to have that sort of confirmation for Universal, and it's good that they're actually doing something with the code names. Because last year they did it in a way that some people didn't catch, where they hid them in the URLs of the. If you click the image and you opened it up, the code name would be in the URL of the announcement. Then they later took them down. I don't know if, like, we thought maybe that was a mistake. Would they take them down? But now they're straight up hiding them in here. So for every insider that says code names don't matter, I promise you they always do. Every single year there are code names. They relate and they matter every single time. And if you would ever need proof of that, they're in the trailers
right
now. So
it feels like old years where, like, I said this also on the show, that the episode is coming out tomorrow, but like it feels like old years where like the websites mattered and like every little thing that they showed you mattered. So like just getting a little Easter egg in a video that's for both coasts, that's just for Orlando people, I'm good with that. And there were a couple other Easter eggs. There was an HHN 32 poster, a Pumpkin Guts VHS.
yeah.
So now that's our second Carrie drive-in or Slaughter Cinema reference in the second video.
Yep. You know something though, I've seen a lot of people sort of like making up theories about like, why is it an HHN 32 poster? What could that mean? Is Oddfellow this, that? I have a theory. I think they didn't want to put an HHN 33 poster there because nobody really liked that year. So they wanted to just pick the year before. I really think that's the easiest way to understand why that poster was there. Because if they put 33, people would be like, I didn't really like that year. So just do 32 the year before. Easy. People like that one. That's my theory of why it's a 32 and not anything else.
And people really liked the merch that year too.
It was great merch.
That whole motif. So like I think it makes sense.
Yeah. Me too.
I want to get into what the chat's saying, but first of all, Jeremy, thank you.
Thank you.
Coming in for one day and I get Stay and Scream, but I think I'm getting Fast Pass. Is it worth it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day, absolutely.
Stay and Scream, don't use your Express during Stay and Scream. Don't start with it. Start with maybe whatever you're most excited for, whatever big IP, like get in that line during Stay and Scream and you'll run through the house when it's open. And then you can knock out like sometimes 4 or 5 houses in Stay and Scream without Express.
Yep.
And then you get to rerun all of them with your Express.
Exactly. We're planning on making guides this year specifically, especially with the rumor that maybe Express might not be tied to Frequent Fear. You know, let's hope that isn't true. But we're gonna be making guides of how you can get the most done with Stay and Scream, like what order you should do houses, because there's always a flow. There's an ebb and flow with Horror Nights and the order you do things, because the crowd generally goes one direction every time. So if you go opposite the crowd, you can beat them in a lot of houses and get sometimes 5 houses done before the crowds even reach you. And that's what honestly it's you know, I help with it, but it's mostly our Discord mod Alex who can tell exactly what things to do in what order to hit every single house without waiting in too big of lines. So we're going to make a lot of TikToks and YouTube videos and stuff like that about how to plan your day in the best way possible. So stay out for that, because with Stay and Scream, with Express, and with the strategy, you'll be able to get hopefully multiple runs of each house if it's a pretty good night.
Definitely. But thank you again, Jeremy.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. What else we got? Just a lot of agreement on Express. And they suckered everyone into a multi-purchase piece. They sure did, Deej. They sure did.
I will say it was pretty reasonably priced though, because I thought the individual pieces were going to be like 13.
Same.
And that the main stained glass would be more. But honestly, for what they're giving you and how unique this piece is, I think the price is actually really reasonable, and that's before you add your annual pass discount on it too.
Yeah, it's way cheaper than I expected it to be, but I'm so happy with it. I love it so much. I got 2 Jasons actually, which is so funny. I didn't even purchase them; they were purchased for me.
Truly is a Jason universe. So many of them.
It's a universe in me. Will they include any Freddy versus Jason kills? They already had a house to do that.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it.
They could do like one that's like on a victim and just like put it in there because
Yeah.
you know that's not super specific to the movie. But yeah, they probably aren't going to touch a lot of Freddy versus Jason. I don't think.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know. Jay says the rollout's going good so far. I just wish the announcement videos had a little more to them.
Yeah.
Same. They're just, we were talking about them. I like it because I still have not gone back and rewatched it. But at the end of the Jason one, they said some tagline that it was live the horror, but it was like, come live the horror you watch or something like specific like that. And I like that because all the IPs this year are all things that we watch. And yeah, they're all usually movies or shows, but like these are big dogs.
Yep.
In that universe. So like it feels like, yeah, the originals are great and they're for us locals and like ones that are really like into the event and love it. But like this event is gonna run off these 5 IPs.
Yeah.
And that's okay because money means better originals in the future.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, as cool as much as we love those big high production trailers, I thought the Ghostbusters one last year and the Quiet Place one were peak. They were great. They had to convince people on those. They had to convince people that they wanted to see A Quiet Place and they wanted to see Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Because let's be honest, no one was saying, I can't wait for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire at Halloween Horror Nights. They had to like really reel you in and make you convinced you wanted to see it. And honestly, I wasn't even excited for it. In the trailer, I'm like, this is a great trailer. I'm kind of a little more excited than I was before. They don't need to convince anybody about Jason or WWE or Terrifier or whatever.
They have to convince people.
They do. They do. I do think no matter what, if you're on the train, you're gonna be on it. If you're not on the train, you're not gonna be on it. Like it, no matter what they put out. But regardless, like these properties are so big that if they don't need to invest the money into a high production trailer, they're not going to because they frankly don't need to. And it's just how sometimes it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Jordan, I don't know why they would take the HHN logo off the sleeve. I don't know why they would keep doing it on the sleeve. I don't love a sleeve print, but also as somebody who I don't love like tight fitted things, but I like altering my clothes to make them fit me better. The unisex shirts, I have to like roll the sleeves up to make them like not be all up in like my arm and everything and be comfortable. So I always lose that logo. So I like putting it in other places or more importantly, incorporating it into the logo, like, and not this way. I just wish the shirt looked like that. But I mean, they're always trying new shit. That's honestly probably why they did it.
Yeah.
And then all the event shirt, it'll be a sleeve print watch.
Probably. I think so.
Ooh, Deej has a cool idea. They can pull the house off in a way like Slaughter Cinema.
That'd be cool. That would be really cool. I do think they're probably going more original story route. Because that's what they've been saying. Probably just you're lost in the woods, and then Jason found you, and then Jason's gonna come after you in every form. That's what I think they're gonna do. But I would probably almost prefer if they're doing a full tribute, something like that, because that'd be really fun. Just going through the different movies and saying, listen, story doesn't matter. Have a ball. Here's all the movies. Here's all your favorite scenes from them. That'd be really cool.
This idea, Deej, reminds me of Cinema Slasher at Knott's.
It does.
Which, I mean, if they just kind of put Jason in that set, I'd be happy over there. Because it's pretty much Jason.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen a walkthrough of that, go watch that. Very good, whatever, after dark ride. I can't think of the right word. Hydra says, the Halloween 2 house in Hollywood had a similar kill to the frozen head. Oh. Was it the one where he dunks her in the hot tub?
I think that's what Hydra's talking about.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. So yeah, same shit. Same mannequin, same mechanism.
Murdy loves reusing shit. That's a great way to reuse it.
Hey, we had spine rips for years.
Exactly. Not saying it's a bad thing. When it's something
I know.
works, do it.
I know. The house will have Jason's stepmother, Heather. What's up, Wade? I also want Jason Goes to Hell. I want everything.
Does he go to hell in the movie?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Like, so that'd be cool if
That's
we
one
just
of the
end up in
movies.
hell.
That's one of the films, Jonathan.
Oh.
Add that to your list.
That's on my list. That sounds amazing. I want to see him in hell. That's so cool.
Katie said, just looked up Jason X. You weren't kidding about the blue. No, and I don't even think that's what we were talking about, actually. But he is very blue. NES Jason had blue skin. NES Jason had blue skin and purple clothes. Love it. Let's see. Can you buy HHN merch online? I don't think so. I think it's only on the phone right now, right?
Yeah, I think the Never Go Alone stuff is online, but that's it. Everything else, like the Fallout and Jason phone, you can't just get those from the store.
Mm-hmm. Seatown, do you think there'll be a scene with him unmasked? I hope so.
Probably.
I think so. Because that's, I mean, I think so. And he'll be just like, because that's very scary.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
giving Quasimodo, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
No, I hope so. But also, I guess that's kind of why I like Jason Lives so much, because he's so like bloated and gross, and you see a lot more of like his face in Jason Lives.
Okay.
Oh, I love that. I'm just gonna keep talking about that movie. I love that movie so much. Let's see. So far the merch is incredible. I just hope the preview merch isn't better than the real merch.
I mean, I agree with that. I that would be bad. I hope the real merch is better than the preview merch, because this preview merch is great. So if it even tops this or is on the same level, we got a great merch year coming up. I have hope.
Anything could be better than the neon.
Yeah.
I hate the neon so
much. They're making some good choices this year with merch.
They
I have a lot of hope now.
They are. Katie says the acrylic frame, 5 slots. Hollywood must have a different lineup with Poltergeist. They do, but Poltergeist is not included on that frame.
Yeah, I don't think Poltergeist is going to be on it. I don't think they want to advertise that Poltergeist is coming back. Like, it's just going to be there, and they'll have an announcement maybe. Honestly, I was talking about it too. Poltergeist is the perfect property for the format they're doing right now with trailers. It's because it's literally Poltergeist of someone stuck in the TV and whatever. Yeah. It's like literally, imagine they're like, what properties do we have this year? Oh, Poltergeist. Let's make it all centered around that. That's only on one coast. What? Oh, well. Oh, well, we already did it. So
there's going to be no Poltergeist merch at all. It's just going to be Poltergeist is there.
Yep. Get ready. Back.
Joseph assumes Freddy's going to be in the middle of the frame. I don't think so, personally.
I think it's going to be Art. I think he fits better.
I think so. And I know that might not make a lot of sense, but I just really feel like HHN would put Art in the center, because it feels like this is a risk, right? Like Five Nights is not really a risk because it's like so big in the horror sphere. So is Terrifier, but Terrifier, because of its like notoriousness, is a risk for Horror Nights. So I feel like they're gonna ride that like edge of like, ho, we're doing it. Oh, ho, Art the Clown's in the middle of the thing. Like, I just feel like a lot of it's gonna go with that, and I really do think he's gonna be the last announcement because of that.
Yeah, I kind of think so too. And a lot of years people have been saying HHN's going soft with the types of properties they've chosen, particularly to say Ghostbusters. Quiet Place isn't really a scary film in terms of like horror, stuff like that. But making your main thing on that acrylic and maybe just the merch designs and general art screams, guys, we heard your complaints that Halloween Horror Nights isn't that scary right now. So here's Art the Clown as our main person, on all the merch, the main person to show on there. We're showing you that we're getting gory, scary, all that stuff. People want that. And this is the perfect property lineup that you can sort of lean on that, because everyone's kind of bloody in some ways. I think leaning on Art would be very smart in terms of the merch and marketing.
I just also think I can just literally see him in that centerpiece already.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's very presumptuous of me, but like I can just see it. Jay, I agree with you, but swap Terrifier and FNAF.
Mm.
I agree with you. I do think, but I don't think WWE is next, as in this coming week, because we have the Spooky Empire panel on Friday, and if they're going to do anything, it'll be an original.
Yeah.
Not a bi-coastal thing. So I think WWE is going to be after 4th of July, because after, I mean, we would have a week in between, but I think there's going to be maybe 2 weeks off, or maybe WWE is the week before 4th of July. I don't know.
I could see. I wouldn't mind 2 weeks off if we just had Fallout. We had Jason. We're probably like based on history. Last year, Slaughter Cinema went really good with Spooky Empire. That was a great choice because it got so much buzz, more so than most originals do. So I think if they do something similar and maybe do another week of originals, after that, just chill for a little bit. Just calm down. give us a minute. I think they would do so. I think it worked well.
It did
last
not
year.
For us.
No, not for that was that was kind of hell.
We're so tired right now, y'all. Announcement season is back, and we are busy, even with all of us to work on it. Like
it's bad, but at least with the originals that we always knew the exact time if we posted, they were consistent. Like this time every day, and it's like, all right, I'll be at my phone 5 minutes prior, ready to post it. But yeah.
Hydra says, do you think it might have something to do with Campground Kills? About the do you think of that? Wait, is that about the 32 poster? Wasn't that a lot? Wait, yeah.
32. Yeah, that was 32.
So maybe, yeah.
Jason Campground,
Albert, the poster never said 32 in Orlando. It was shared. We just call it 32. Not Hollywood calls it by the year. Orlando calls it by the year.
We say it the correct way.
Well, because they didn't. It's weird. It's different. Okay. What year was the curator in the tribute store? Maybe wasn't that 32? Yeah,
it was 32.
So maybe. This is funny. Sure, Jason snuck into Dr. Oddfellow Circus when it went to New Jersey. Poor kid had to do something. I always forget Jason is like canonically in Jersey.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Look at that.
Oh, Dustin, don't get me excited. Tomorrow marking the 1-year anniversary of the Wyatt 6 debut, a house announcement will be cool. I doubt it too. But that would be so cool. I'm like waiting for Eugene to run in here, like waving his arms.
They've announced something right now. What?
I mean, he's watching. Eugene, I want you to know that if you ever are questioning if you can interrupt a live, it can be if the Wyatts get announced during the live. There's always a video of Goblin rushing around while Jess and Duff chill.
That exists. My ears cut off in the thumbnail.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it like, wow, I have no ear. Look at that.
Duff made it. You can be mad at him.
Yes.
No, that is like one of my favorite videos, honestly, to just watch and laugh at. Because Duff and I I found clips of like us just trying to like find little Cheers clips in the streets, and we were just so silly. Go watch that. It's on our YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, you're on our YouTube right now. When we're done, go watch it.
Yes.
Let's see. It's a Jason universe, and we just live in it.
True.
Jason lives. What's up, Hotline?
Hello.
Go check out Hotline's live tomorrow. We won't be running into it tonight. Oh, here we go. Live the horror you love to watch. Am I that behind on comments? I'm so sorry, y'all. Good old Sharpie marker, and that shit could look how you want. It could, but then like I feel like it's not going to cover it well enough, and then I'm just going to get frustrated,
Yeah.
Or my luck, it'll bleed onto Jason on the back or something. I don't know. I'm going through. I'm so sorry. Jonathan, you got anything to say before you gotta leave? You got 5 minutes.
Jason, it's gonna be a good house, maybe. We'll see. I have hope. I also have fears. I'm in the middle with that property. I have hope because I want it to be great because they haven't had Jason in years, and it's time. It's time for
Mhm.
Jason to be back. I'm worried because of the whole rights. What can they use? What can't they use? What are they allowed to do? And the location in particular. We haven't talked about Hollywood's location though. It's confirmed to be
Oh,
located
yeah.
in the
Mummy
Mummy
Q.
Queue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess I'll get into that with chat once you're gone. But yeah, we have some Hollywood construction too.
Yeah,
We had a lot
and
to
I
say about Jason.
and I think the Mummy Queue is a great location for Jason. Actually, I think it's kind of perfect. I wouldn't think of a better location honestly for Hollywood. I
I
think it's
agree.
great.
I agree 100%.
Mhm.
Let's see. I obviously agree. I'm into Jason. I'm just happy. I'm happy to be here. This
Mhm.
year I've built it brick by fucking brick after last year.
Mhm.
Um Ooh, here's a question. What original do you think that they'll announce?
The Icon House or recognizable original? I don't think there's an Icon House this year.
No.
I'm really not thinking that. I think Hatchet and Chains would make sense
Mhm.
because Slaughter Cinema was announced last year. Hatchet and Chains part of Slaughter Cinema too. That one would make sense. I know a lot of people have been saying Graveyard because it kind of, or the rumor Graveyard House because it kind of fits the aesthetic we're getting in the beginning of the trailers and the stained glass window and stuff like that. I don't know. I kind of think they're going to throw a curveball at us. They're just going to throw something that we aren't expecting, that's not obvious.
Yeah.
Just because they have people there who can talk about it in detail, that like worked on it or something like that. I know Mike Aiello's going to be there. I know Ramon's going to be there. Everyone who worked on the tribute stores, I think that's what it's about, right? It's about tribute stores. That's the theme,
I don't
or
know.
merchandise. I think it's somewhere in that category. That's like the theme. But last year there was a theme, and at the end they're like, "Here's a house."
Oh, I think it's the visual merchandising team. So yeah, tribute
Yeah.
store and like so I guess some of the people who also maybe make the merch designs, like maybe, I don't know,
Hmm.
purchasers or whatever.
That makes
Which is
sense.
kind of I used to work in that world. Not that like exact world, but in like visual merchandising and purchasing. So
Mm.
like damn, the one I can't make it to, besides like the Women of Horror, that's probably like the coolest one I got to go to. But like, I'm mad I can't go to that one.
Yeah.
Damn, that's all right.
Yeah, it's I wish I could make it too. It's just life, sometimes.
We gotta
You know,
work.
it'll be funny though if they were like they had a transition like, okay, for the visual merchandise, it's all about art. We're making art, right? That's what it's all about. Now we're here to announce artists and tied it into that. And that's how they ended up doing something like that. They're like, see, it fits the theme of the panel or whatever. It's not random like Slaughter Cinema. That'd be the Slaughter Cinema was what was even that? What was the panel about? I don't really remember. Was it just
I know. Don't
oh
know. I wasn't there either.
oh that's true.
I wasn't there.
Um
I don't know.
yeah, that'd be
Uh,
funny.
well,
We'll see. We'll see which one. I think it's gonna be a curveball. That's my assumption because every time I think something makes too much sense, it doesn't happen. Except
yep.
for Friday the 13th, that actually happened. I would have. I
Yeah.
honestly was not guessing that, but I think
And
it's
at a
gonna be a
weird
curveball.
time too.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's been weird this year.
Really has.
That's
There's
why I
no
don't know.
patterns.
We
Just
stopped guessing. We stopped making bets on when things were going to happen because nobody fucking knows anymore.
no, I don't.
If it showed that we're not insiders in any way, shape, or form, this year showed that we know nothing.
Mm.
All right.
I am gonna head out now because it is 8:59. But thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the live. You got this, Jess. I believe in you. You got
Thanks.
construction coming up. Construction updates.
Murdy tweets and construction.
There we
Woo!
go. You got this. I believe in
Have
you.
fun being an
Bye,
adult.
everyone.
Bye. Now it's just us again, friends. Well, welcome to I don't know. I guess we need a name for this hour now too. Let's go to the chat. Zombie Chris. I don't think any content creators have worked as hard as that week for all the HHN creators. That was I don't even want to think about it again. D'Angelo. Terrifier being announced on Friday. Perfect art interacting crowd. I do agree. I think that Spooky would eat that shit up. I don't know. An IP that's shared by both coasts being announced at Orlando, just like an Orlando Con just doesn't add up to me. I don't know. We'll see. No live tomorrow, John? Maybe later this week. Okay. Maybe I'll make it to this one. I'm just so sleepy. You know, the time difference really fucks with me. Thanks, Jordan. It's from 7-Eleven. They had a Slurpee, I guess. There we go. Green Day. Woo! We're going to get into Hollywood construction in a second. I just want to catch up in the chat. Now it's the Jess show. Jess 365. Now it's Jess. Jess us. Robbie. That's funny. No, I like that. It's just us. Thank you, Hydra. I'm going to need, I mean, I will say, okay. I also say this on the podcast episode, but I have gotten much better at my Hollywood locations. Don't ask me which like or whatever H lot, like don't ask me that shit, but I can tell you where most of them are now. Most of them, we're thriving, we're learning. Monday Night with Jess, if it's on a Monday. Jess Unleashed. Oh, do you think it'll be better than Horror Unleashed? Oh no, here's the winner. Late Night with Murdy Murderer. I don't murder him. I'm just highly critical of him. If we do get a dual coast IP announcement at Spooky, do we think it'll be WWE since it's Orlando? That's a good question. That makes the most sense if they were going to do that, considering we have the Performance Center out here and like a huge just majority of wrestling, like a lot of it. I know the West Coast has its own scene, but like it's really big in Orlando, especially WWE specifically. This is where NXT is out of. I could see it happening, and then I'm going to be extra mad that I'm not there if it gets announced at Spooky. Damn. Spooky bits. I hope the possible house announcement is Hatchet and Chains. I love Slaughter Cinema, and I am coming around to this being the house this year. I'm coming around to it if this is the one from Slaughter. I'm a little bit more excited. I do hope that is what it's announced. I also hope we get whatever that like graveyard rumor is. One of those two, I'll be really happy. Thanks, Sean. I'm trying. I'll never be anywhere near you and Albert and all the content creators out there, but at least I know where the Ube venue is now. Anyone going to be at Spooky on Friday? I wish. I got to work my real job, but I do know Fear and Beer is going to be there. Horrors Untold is going to be there. That's a cool book if you haven't checked it out. I always want to say Horrors Unleashed, but it's Horrors Untold. All right, let's get into some Hollywood construction updates. Now, again, don't ask me where this is. I want to say it's the H lot. I want to say it's the H lot. This is what's been the rumored Terrifier house. And we had photos a couple weeks ago that show Kevin's theory of it lining up to be the Terrifier Funhouse. Still haven't watched the second film, but to be that facade, if you haven't seen that, it's all over our social media. Oh my God, I was right. It is the H lot. Look at that. I am not disappointing the Hollywood people yet. Albert's going to find something to critique me on, I promise, but I'm doing it right now. And as you can see, yep, Jordan, they covered the facade. So normally when this happens, it's because there's like a vinyl on there or something that is giving away what this house is. So we can assume that this is the funhouse facade at this point. I do believe, I feel like we talked about it. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. Historically, doesn't this mean that like an announcement is imminent, or maybe that was a theory we had? I don't know anymore. I mean, announcement isn't imminent at this point. It's the middle of fucking June, but Terrifier, this seems to be it. I mean, you can see still the shape of it. The scythe is up there at the top, the curve. It is That is the Terrifier Funhouse. This is my favorite comment, Galvanized Horror. Spirit Halloween works fast. We just need the spirit coming soon sign. Kevin, work on that. Somebody work on that. Can't be me. And yes, Mike, throw a like on this video while you're watching. It really helps us out. And if you're not subscribed to us, subscribe to us. We might here's a little just us to bring back that title. Secret. We're gonna start maybe doing some like sit down videos and stuff like that. So if you want to be in the know when we upload and not just do lives, subscribe, please. And like, it helps us out. So yeah, Terrifier, we don't really have much because of the tarp covering it right now, but you guys have seen all of the pictures we've been talking about for the last couple months. Do we think Orlando will get the same facade? I think more or less we're probably going to be entering through that funhouse facade. I don't really know what else it could be. Again, I haven't seen the second and the third films. I will before HHN, but I'm not sure. I imagine it's going to be the same thing, just in a soundstage. And then also with the rumor of it being in 25, potentially I could even see them using part of that soundstage, if it's not a mega house, as like Q. I think we've talked about that as well. And then if that's the case, we could be like lined up in front of the fun house. Like, and it wouldn't bother. I don't think it would bother anything having stanchions like go by it. It would only build the hype. Oh, Galvanized Horror thinks the Terrify will be the Clown Cafe and Playground S facade in Orlando. Okay. I wish I had more insight to what I think it's actually going to be in Orlando. Maybe once I watch the films, we can talk about that. Probably by the announcement, I hope. Doing a little better this year on HHN homework. See, an indoor queue would be great. Because also, I should have done. See, I'm learning. I wish I would have done. Orlando has 2 construction photos. I wish I could have thrown into this live, but their BioReconstruct posted we talked about it, the Friday Fast and Furious outside portion and how it's much bigger, and the Volkswagen's out there, but also they posted above where the parking lot is, where all the HHN queues are normally in Orlando for the sound stages, and it is tore up. It is just dirt. So they've already started construction back there. We knew that because of the construction walls that went up, but like, I feel like this only confirms that we are absolutely not going that way for houses entering or exiting. So ops are going to be interesting this year, especially considering like Terrifier, Five Nights, WWE. I'm missing one. Oh, well, no, because I think those are the only 3 IPs and sound stages this year rumored. Because Jason's in Fast and Furious, and then Fallout is in 10-4. So yeah. So having 3 up there, that also makes sense why they're spreading them out this year. What else we got? Over in the mummy queue, another Kevin theory. Kevin had this theory a while ago that this was going to be Jason's shack. It is Jason's shack in the middle of the woods. I don't really know what else we can add to that. We've got no detail yet on the black walls. That'll probably come eventually. But this is his cabin in the woods. We need like a Kevin scoreboard. I almost made one for my TikTok today, but I'm gonna talk to Duff about that. I think we need like a Kevin scoreboard every year that's like, did he get it right? And it's always yes. There's never a no. I don't know if I could even name a time. Well, I hope you're wrong this year. We'll talk. Kevin is him. He is Timothy. That is Kevin. We would have no insight on anything Hollywood without you. Jordan, I also feel for the operations team this year. This year is going to be weird for a lot of people. For Stay and Scream, like, and this is all just speculation based on construction and what's going on in the parks for the rocket coming down. So let's all just send some good vibes out to the operations team. And when you're going to the event this year, please pack your patience and be kind. They did not make these changes. I promise they didn't want to. I have a feeling the Japan house is going to be one of those instances where the Hollywood version was better than Orlando's, but we'll see. Do you mean Jason House, or is Japan also doing Friday? Forgive me, I'm on little sleep. There we go. Jason, I was like, Japan House is not something I've heard of. I hope they do. It's all the Jasons now in the comments. 8-bit, it's okay. I understand. Autocorrect gets us all, but it's just really funny. I was like, Japan announced a Jason House. I think that if Murdy is going to do something well and I don't have to worry about him, it's a slasher. So that's the nicest thing I'm going to say about John Murdy, I think, ever. Don't be a dick to ops or you'll get added to the props. Honestly, let's make shirts. Albert, keep moving people over there. We don't want them over here. We get people that either don't care, which is also out there, or people that are like job way too seriously. And I appreciate you way too seriously, people, because you keep us extra safe in the house. But then sometimes I'm getting like pushed by, I won't generalize, I'm getting pushed by people younger than me. And nobody's doing anything about it, even when we try to talk to them. Like, just don't touch people in houses. I don't care how scared you are. I've never been so scared that I pushed a stranger out of the way. I've pushed Duff out of the way. I've pushed Jonathan out of the way. Pushed my husband out. Like, I will push people out of the way that I know. But if I get to somebody I don't know, well, we're going to suffer together. It was definitely Jason. So yeah, there's our Jason shack in the middle of the woods. Jason Universe, if you will. I don't like the title. All right, now we get a new one. So the bay doors have not been open for Soundstage 15, right? 15. I'm going confidently. I'm not going to question myself. This is Soundstage 15. But the doors are open and you can see construction. Yeah. So this is rumored to be Five Nights at Freddy's. And you guys know what I'm about to say. Everybody say it with me. Kevin has a theory. Now, what's that theory? You see Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria over there from the movie? You see that little circle spot? Well, that's what Kevin thinks we're seeing in Soundstage 15 right now. I believe him. I don't question anything except the WWE theory. But I fully believe that that's what the facade's going to be. I had no doubt in my mind that it was going to be the pizzeria, but getting the construction is a little bit more exciting. And also, like, the scale looks pretty good. I don't know. Let's see what we're saying. Oh, I'm sorry, Albert. You're talking about the staff, not the guests. I was kind of talking about both, I guess. I don't know. Yay for North. Yes, Scott. It is. It is. I'm not going to harp on it. Matthew Lillard back-to-back at HHN. Come on, scream for 35. Hey, an anniversary year? I would love to see it. I know everybody thought Scream was coming this year, but other Matthew Lillard property. Looks about right? And convinced that Kevin is an AI that you guys built. Oh, there is no Kevin. Do you think that me, Jonathan, and Duff have any ability to build an AI? You know us. You're our friend. Respectfully, thank you for thinking so highly of us. But there's no fucking way. We're just three Spider-Mans pointing at each other going, HHN. Maybe Kevin's his own AI. Maybe he's like me3gan. It's spooky. You used AI to build the AI. Okay, that... There we go. But how many bottles of water was that, though? I don't know. AI is weird. AI freaks me out. Not in the Megan way. All right, Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that's it for construction. No, there's no way. Really? Yeah, I guess so. Monstros is still looking fancy. Poltergeist is poltergeist. Scarecrow is scarecrow. Let's see what you guys are saying. Funny how no one has ever seen Kevin. I think that's how Kevin wants it, though. I think that's like Kevin's whole gimmick. Is that he is mysterious. He's just like he's a spirit that moves through the wind at Horror Nights in Hollywood. He's always like, he never really coming, he's always going, like, you know. That's Kevin. I did say, I told Jonathan today, I hope you told Kevin, but Kevin, if you're listening, I hope both of our WWE Hollywood facade theories are right, and then we're both going to take a picture in front of it. Just like, we're both right. Nobody's wrong. I also just don't want to face what unfortunate fact there really is. FNAF just released a new game 3 days ago. 2025 is officially FNAF summer. Oh, wow. Cool. Cool. It's a chunky cheese house. I like that. El Tres Leches house is looking strong. I agree. It's looking nice. Dustin, you and me both, my friend. I really, really hope that they put the Fiend on there. I think they kind of have to. Because, like, this whole story doesn't exist without the Fiend and Bray. I just really hope. I might get a little emotional if I do get to see the Fiend on HHN merch. That's also why I love this frame so much, is like, at the end of the day, if all speculation and rumors are correct, and normally at this point what we're hearing is what we're getting, I'm going to have something on display that has WWE and Jason on it. And that's really fun for my house, because like normally it's my husband's wrestling stuff and like my little wrestling things and my Horror Night stuff, and now it's like we can have something together. I'm pulling up on my hill and going to wait for Kevin, and I swear if it's the damn bird from Up, I'll be pissed. Oh, I agree with you. I've never met Kevin either. So if he is the bird from Up, that would be the biggest gag of the century. Like the big costume that they have over at Animal Kingdom. Oh. Ooh, going to see Ghost in concert. Oh, that's going to be fun. I do like Ghost music. Oh, wait, we have a theory. Kevin knows every venue's intense nightmare. You guys caught us. Honestly, that's our biggest, deepest, darkest secret. Kevin is an AI that we built. I love the new lore we're going to get into 365 now. We built an AI. Knows every venue's intense nightmare. We need a little, like, evil logo now for that. How pissed will I be if it's an Undertaker house? I don't think I'll be pissed. I just think it's a misstep on, like, spooky WWE right now. That's it. I personally don't like the person behind the character. That's all it is. I can separate art from the artist, but I can bitch about it on my show as well. But yeah, it's all good. I saw Undertaker's Hall of Fame induction. I was at that Mania. I have his Hall of Fame long sleeve. I think it's really good. I really like the shirt. It doesn't mean that things he said are not harmful. I guess that's really like all it is at the end of the day. And you don't have to agree with me on it, but that's all good. If Terrifier preview merch doesn't eat, I'm going to be upset. I feel like there's no way we're not fed with that. I'm worried. I'm more worried about how bad the WWE merch might potentially be, or Five Nights. I feel like Terrifier is like we're just going to be fed with that. I have no worry, which is really weird. I don't know. Now I'm a little worried. I might be second guessing everything. I really hope there's not a rug pull on WWE and it is focused on Taker. Why? Wait, there's not a rug pull. Okay. Wyatt and his passion finally sold me. That's the thing. Like a lot of people who are not, they don't care about wrestling. When you watch that Bray Wyatt documentary, you see inside the mind of this like huge horror fan. And that I think is like the most beautiful thing. So that's really what it is for me. And I know that I'm biased. I will always be biased on that because I've been asking for this house for almost 6 years. But, I was not a believer in the Weekend house, and I really liked it. I really liked Hollywood's last year as well. And I'm a big Weekend hater. So everybody go in with an open mind. Or try to. Kevin is not AI. Kevin is Murdy. Wow. That would be insane if John Murdy was Kevin. That would be insane. Also, I think we would be like liars then, because we would always be like, we don't know anything. But then our West Coast correspondent is the creative director for the event. Would we be like, I'm having a really hard time finding words right now. I feel like we wouldn't be reputable. We wouldn't be on it. I don't know. Ooh, 8-bit. What are the best houses to go through while high? For me, it's Major Suites. I had to experience Weekend that way. Suites high. Yeah. Weekend. Yeah. It's really good. I won't even lie. This year, my guess is gonna be 5 nights, maybe. That's my guess. And if not 5 nights, if you're not into WWE, WWE. Yeah, I really think 5 nights though. For a food and drink item, they should do the Wyatt Sips. Oh my god, I hope. Oh, a 6? It'd be nice if it was 6 beers. Or 5. Well, I don't know. We're really going for no monsters this year. This will be really weird since they've been a staple to the event since 2017 for Hollywood. It is weird. I won't lie. It feels like sacrilegious for me because in Orlando, like we've had monsters since 2019 consistently, which yeah, Hollywood has 2 more years on us, but like it's a staple here too at this point. And it's because Hollywood's did so well. So it is kind of weird to just like not be talking about the monsters, but also for us in Orlando, like we have a whole monster land right now. So I do think that is kind of softening that blow, and like it's not as much of a conversation as I thought it would be at this point in like speculation and announcement season. I think once the full lineup's announced and there's like potentially no monsters anywhere, maybe, then people are gonna be like, well, damn, I'm disappointed. But like, I don't know if it's gonna make or break the event for some people, because for us it's been a staple for so long in like the modern era, but before 2019 it wasn't. We had them sporadically. Would you ever want to do opening weekend in Hollywood since they do a red carpet with celebrities? Absolutely. Oh my gosh. We've talked about it. It's just so hard because it's the week after Orlando, and we normally take like a day off of work for opening night and stuff like that out here. So I would love to, but being a teacher, that's also like when our school starts. So I don't know if I would ever be able to. Do they start on a Saturday? If they opening night was on a Saturday, maybe. But I would love to. I think it's such a cool opportunity. I love watching every other content creator out there though who gets to go. It is so cool to get to talk to people. Because like in Orlando, like sometimes they'll have people at media, but not in the years like I got to go. It was during like COVID and like coming off of COVID. So it was more like they were on a stage and it wasn't even like a Q&A. It was like a little intro thing, and then you kind of went on your way, which is still amazing. But like I hope this year in Orlando, like because we have WWE so close, they'll have some wrestlers intermingling and like things like that. So Orlando also kind of gets that media opportunity, because it's great week to film in the houses. But that is the big bonus for like Hollywood media, is you guys get like really cool red carpet with like all creative and like people from these IPs and just celebrities in general. It's really cool. I have my theories about the monsters this year. I think we'll get some type of reference and homage to them. I think that that'll be a really fun way to make sure that they're still honored, like at Universal, because they should be, no matter what. They saved the studio, y'all, if you didn't know. Maybe Nosferatu next year? Maybe. I still haven't seen it. Jordan, you gotta go to Epic. Oh my goodness. Monsters is Darkmoor is it's perfect. Like I can't wait until there's more things and more foliage grown and everything, but finally getting to ride Monsters was like, it was so good. Such a good ride. Yeah, Albert, I watched it. I love it. We did get to go to Knott's opening night for the 50th. We were there opening weekend, which was cool. Like getting to go through all of those mazes, like right when they open, like the 50th and everything. That was really cool. But no, we haven't been yet. Well, I don't know if there's anything you guys have left to ask me or talk about. I was going to do the Murdy Tweets thing, but I still have to edit the podcast. So I'm probably going to wrap it up in like 5-10 minutes, depending on you guys in the chat. I did see actually one comment from Albert I wanted to go back to. This true? A rumored IP for Knott's? Interesting. Really interesting. And another Albert comment. I would love to see the monsters on the Terror Tram. Yeah, I'm kind of over Blumhouse on the tram. God. Oh, it is true. Interesting. This year is also the first year my husband's supposed to be coming out on the West Coast trip with us. And that is really important for him. Not so much for me. Actually, kind of unfortunate for me, but that's exciting for an IP at Knott's because they don't really do that. All right, let's see. Dead coconut rumors have gone quiet. I know that we had that Lady Gaga post. I don't know if it ever really had legs, but we've got nothing so far. We probably will eventually, but right now there's nothing. Oh, Knott's is so fun. I love Knott's because Knott's feels like a small haunt on a big budget. Like it's very intimate, like even with how amazing their mazes are, like the sets and everything. They're big, they're grand, but they also find a way to incorporate their scare actors into these scenes that are like it's like magical almost. Like it just kind of gives me everything I've ever wanted in a haunt that's like not Horror Nights. And like also kind of like what I grew up watching documentaries on was Knott's and Horror Nights and things like that. So Knott's to me is just very nostalgic, even though I didn't start going until 2022. In the same way that like Horror Nights is nostalgic to me, even though I didn't start going until 2017. I was consuming all the media I could, watching all of the walkthroughs, watching any interview, reading any website, forum, whatever. And like now getting to go to Knott's every year and like spend a couple nights there. It is magical. And I just feel like a goblin floating through the fog there. It is amazing. And they do scare zones so well out there. Fog Alley in Ghost Town is better than like any scare zone I think I've ever been in my entire life at any haunt. And then you have like Forsaken Lake, and they just find a way to also use their like setting in the park really well. Goring 20s is amazing. And it's a zone all about the Roaring 20s, but there's like an elixir that's taking over them. Knott's is so good, y'all. Best haunt makeup out there, in my opinion. Costuming, I love Knott's. That's why we talk about it every year. It's so good. Yes, Albert, please tag me. Thank you. Or tag us. Thanks, Scott. Thanks for joining us. Always appreciate it. I don't think there's any new icon rumors. I'm really on the bandwagon of no icon this year. Let the event rock. Let it be an iconic event. And I think that that's okay. I think Horror Nights can be itself. And I think that that's what they were trying to do with Almost Otis last year, but then we had Sinister and Surreal and too convoluted. I think at that point, let's take a step back, look at what we're doing, and maybe hold off on icons until 40. That's just my opinion. Maybe with the new album and tour, they could incorporate The Weeknd into Dead Coconut. They could. He also had a movie, right? And apparently has a video game coming out. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that could be a fun way, though, to incorporate it. Reuse some of the things from the house, too. All right. I don't see any more comments. Oh, wait. Here we go. One more, Jordan. With no icon, what direction do you think they'll go with the park-wide music loop? I'm not sure. I feel like that is a better question for Jonathan and Duff. They're like big music loop people. I just know I hate Another Way Out. And I put it in a TikTok today because of it. I hope that I liked the Oddfellow one. I won't lie. I really did. Last year's, I don't remember anything at all, to be fair. But I like when there's like a little bit of metal, a little bit of, I don't know, synth. Like I like when it matches the vibe of the event, but also it doesn't need to. This is funny. Wyatt 6 single piano note. Yep, there we go. That's it. Just drive people crazy all year. And this character badge from last year does have Otis on it, so you think Otis was supposed to be a big thing. I think so too. I don't know if I believe that it was just like a marketing versus like creative thing. I think that it just didn't work out in the end. And that's why we got the two ladies. I'm glad somebody doesn't mind it. It just was the only song I would notice ever on that park-wide loop. Like now, I don't hate it. It's fine. But all right, y'all. I think that's all we got. Thanks for hanging out with me, even if it was only for 30 minutes. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere at HHN365, except TikTok. That's at HHN365pod. We have a merch shop at HHN365.com. We have our Pumpkin Lore tea and a bunch of other ones up there, and maybe some more soon for this season. We'll see. But yeah, leave a like if you like this live. It really helps us out. Subscribe if you haven't. We should be back next week on Tuesday. I think we're going to be back to Tuesdays around 8-ish, give or take, and Duff will be back, so I'm not running it anymore. Whew. Yeah, if you're going to Spooky, have fun. We won't be there, but I hope we get an announcement. And if we do, you'll see us all over TikTok and have a podcast episode. We do have an episode dropping tomorrow. It'll be up in the morning whenever you wake up, so check that out. We'll see you in the streets. Have a good night, y'all.